It was a day like any other. At least, it seemed to be. It wouldn't be long before the peaceful Bordeaux morning was pierced by a deafening cry. Mine. On the morning of the 1st of April, as I fell forwards toward the floor, as my life flashed before my eyes, I had but one thought. Who did this? It was 9:16, the sun was shining brightly as I walked up to the school I had called school for the past 3 years. École supérieure du digital. ESD, for short. The building is home to several businesses, but had not known any major issues for years. Number 12, K of the Queries, was unassuming and quiet, which made the following events all the more morbid.
Je rentrais dans l'espace détente et puis j'ai glissé. Il y avait une mare de café par terre qui avait été renversée. Je me souviens plus de rien après, c'était la folie.
This is what the initial investigation found. Coffee contained in a So Good cup was spilled at approximately 8:38 a.m. based on decay and residual heat of the body of liquid. Splash pattern analysis determined the cup to have been dropped from about a metre in the air, with a slight amount of forward force indicating the spiller was walking at the time of the incident. A smear was present from my slip and subsequent fall. However, no other shoe prints were found at the scene.
C'est tout d'abord porté sur l'arme du crime, le gobelet dans lequel était contenu le café. Il s'avère que ce gobelet était de la marque So Good, dont il y a un emplacement au rez-de-chaussée de l'immeuble où se sont déroulés les faits. Là, nous allons essayer de poser des questions aux employés du So Good qui n'ont pas su donner d'informations à la police parce qu'ils avaient vendu trop de café ce matin-là pour pouvoir définitivement identifier le suspect.
We sent one of the team to the So Good to meet the owner and attempt to get some answers the police may have missed. A hidden camera was used to avoid suspicion, as the owner, Tanguy, had refused to meet us for an official interview.
Bla 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 bla. Bla 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 bla.
We later received an email from the So Good head office stating that, while the coffee spilled on the 1st of April in the School of Superior Digits was provided by our chain, we do not condone its use in such a manner. Spilling a So Good coffee is in violation of our established terms of use. As such, So Good distances itself from such acts committed by an individual or individuals.
Ouais, c'est dur d'en parler, mais j'ai des séquelles psychologiques assez graves. Le matin, quand je me lève, que je veux prendre mon petit déjeuner, j'ai peur des gens autour de moi qui prennent du café. Je me dis toujours, est-ce qu'il y en a un qui va pas le renverser? Quand je vois des gens qui se baladent dans la rue avec du café à la main, ça y est, c'est le traumatisme. C'est quelque chose qui m'a vraiment très profondément affecté. Je me suis exilé à Singapour pour essayer d'oublier. J'ai pas encore réussi.
The first lead came through lab analysis of the substance. Samples had been taken from the scene by the Crime Scene Investigation Unit and sent away for testing. This revealed that the cup contained caffeinated Carte Noire Pure Arabica ground coffee with 1 sugar. The police were able to restrict the pool of suspects thanks to this key piece of information. By combining the list of people who had reason to be in the school with the list of black coffee drinkers, they narrowed it down to 3. Simon Mutlar, Nicholas Derritt, and Arthur Apasay. All 3 were known to drink black coffee from So Good in the mornings. Simon was immediately let go. The fact that he asked for his beverage black with no sugar was a surefire indicator of his innocence. We caught up to Simon recently to discuss this process. Simon was visibly shaken by the ordeal. His recollection of events, like mine, was blurry. Where were you when you heard about the tragic situation that unfolded on April 1st?
J'étais à la maison. Ah non, j'étais au travail. Ouais, c'est ça.
So you were already at the school?
Non, j'étais à la maison. J'étais à la maison.
I'm so sorry for bringing this up. I know these events are really traumatic.
Ouais, certainement moins traumatisant que la mort de mon ex renversé par Nico il y a quelques semaines. C'est pas tard, je l'ai défoncé. Il en est mort.
As a coffee drinker yourself, can you imagine why anyone would want to do this?
Tu me demandes sérieusement pourquoi quelqu'un renverserait du café? On devait pas parler du meurtre, là? Enfin, je sais pas, c'est bizarre.
The police were left with 2 suspects. The encirclement was getting tighter. Arthur was soon brought in for questioning. After several rounds of interviews over 3 consecutive days, he was finally released from police custody. I was unable to obtain video of this, but was able to get in contact with Arthur over the phone. Hello, Arthur. Thank you for agreeing to speak to me. What do you have to say for yourself regarding this case?
Pas de problème, mais tu veux parler de quoi? Enfin, quelle affaire?
He was clearly deflecting. The case had been picked up by many major media outlets, being referred to in the media as the ghastly grinder of Bordeaux. Headlines such as Caféine ou pas en café had been circulating for weeks.
Putain Seb, tu sais que j'étais pas trop fan de Nicolas, mais j'aurais jamais fait du mal. Écoute, j'ai pas trop le temps de jouer à ça avec toi. Je pensais que t'appelais pour donner des nouvelles et on en a pas depuis que Nico est mort.
At this point in the investigation, the only viable suspect left was Nicolas. However, the young man had not been seen or heard from and was nowhere to be found for further questioning. The following footage is graphic in nature. Viewer discretion is advised. These are the last images we have of Nicolas, seemingly entering the building with a coffee cup in hand on the morning the crime was committed. Could he really be the coffee spiller? And if so, where has he disappeared to? On the morning of the 1st of April, a horrifying discovery was made at the School of Superior Digits in Bordeaux. A cup of coffee lay contentless across the ground, its guts spilled on the floor. Having slipped on the deadly substance, I am determined to find out who is behind this cowardly act. The investigation identified 3 suspects based on the results of a sample sent to the lab for further analysis. The first, Simon, was released immediately upon being brought in for questioning. Arthur was kept longer, but also eventually released, stating to us after the fact,
J'étais pas trop fan de Nicolas, mais j'aurais jamais fait du mal.
can he really be trusted? Regardless, the prime suspect was now Nicolas. He was last seen carrying what seems to be a cup of coffee towards the crime scene, as this CCTV footage shows. It was captured moments before the fatal accident. Despite his disappearance, the investigators were gaining steam, looking into the life of the suspected spiller. Acquaintances confirmed having already seen him spill hot beverages, including once over his computer, rendering the keyboard unusable for a time. Do you know where Nicolas is?
Bien sûr que je sais où il est, oui.
So where is he?
Il est mort. Il est mort et enterré.
That's an interesting hypothesis.
C'est pas une hypothèse, putain. C'est moi qui l'ai tué. Je l'ai tué parce qu'il a tué mon ex. Putain, mais c'est un truc de merde. En plus, je me casse d'ici.